Hey, I wanted to do a quick unboxing of this Power Queen battery. Just ordered from Amazon. There was a lightning deal over the weekend, so this one's the 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery. It also has low temperature and it also has the Bluetooth. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick unboxing, power it up, charge it, do a capacity test, and see how this works. And if it works, hopefully I'll be able to run it in my 4Runner and power a fridge and things like that. But yeah, let's just do a quick unboxing of it. I'm currently trying to replace a battery that I had built a couple years ago. This one here has started having some issues. Yeah, so it comes with looks like a lot of material. We'll go through that in just a minute. The packaging looks really nice. There's a lot of foam around the top of it anyway. It looks like the caps, and it looks like it probably M8 or M12. I'll look at those in just a minute as well. And here we are. It's the 12.8 100 amp hour Power Queen. That's it. So you can see it's got Bluetooth 5.0. So this is supposed to be the newer Bluetooth connection for it, and it also has low temperature cutoff. Nominal voltage is 12.8. It's got 100 amp hours, 128 watt hours, and it looks like a continuous discharge and charge of 100 amps, which is great. And it looks like it's also got the app for both for the App Store for Android and for iOS. Yeah, so let me, more likely this is come with the battery in basically an off state. You have to charge it up or hit it with the 12 volt source, turn it on, and then it will wake up, and I'll come back in and we'll show you the app and show it connected. So inside the pack they give you a package basically of brochure informations and instructions. It's actually a pretty thick book. Shows 100 amp BMS. It shows all the parameters for it, which is pretty good. It shows there is Bluetooth and low temperature cutoff. Shows the different charging methods. Won't bore you with this, but it actually looks pretty decent, all in English. It also has a quick start guide, and it does mention that you do have to initially charge it for it to show up, that it basically comes in a state that's not active, and pack stickers. So anyway, so here we are. I've got this charger. It's a 10 amp charger, and I've got it set to 14.4 and set it running at 10 amps. So we should be able to do this and wake it up. Yep, there we go. So it dropped. It's 14.3 and it's doing 9.96 amps. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but it's definitely taking a charge now. So what we'll do, we'll go in the app. You do have to create the only bad thing, you do have to create an account to get in, sign into the app. So let me create the account and I'll come back in just a minute. All right, so I have the account set up and I did log in, and it does show it's charging. It shows the nominal voltage, and it shows that I'm pulling in the 9.8, 9.9 amps, and shows the total runtime remaining for charging. So it's a pretty decent app. I mean, you can't see individual battery information. It just shows cells are in optimal condition and BMS is currently working. It doesn't really show individual cell types. So other than that, it's not too bad. What we'll do is we'll let this go, get it charged up. It's at 62% now. I'll let it get all the way up to 100%, and I'll do a load balance or load test on it basically to see how long it lasts, make sure we get the full 100 amp hours, and hopefully we'll get a little bit more. All right, so I've got this all set up. As you can see, it's got about 3.5 hours left. It came in 62% state of charge. It was around 61% when I unboxed it. And I'm currently set it up at 14.4, and it's doing a little over 9 amps, almost 10 amps on this little charger. So it is going to take a little bit to get that back up, close to 4 hours is what it's saying. And so I'll check back in when I get this all done. And okay, I wanted to show y'all something. I'm basically right at the very end of the charging. So you can see I'm 99%. The charging time has gone a little different, but I'm not quite to 14 volts, 14.4, and it is starting to count down a little bit. and it's been running for a couple hours. It is a smaller charger, but that's to be expected. Anyway, I'm going to wait till this officially cuts off. Then once it cuts off, I'll come back in and show you that as far as what it came out to be, and then we'll do a capacity test with this and see how long it takes to completely die and kill this battery. All right, be back in a minute. All right, I wanted to bring you back. We're just about at less than 4 amps left. I want to say it's about to cut off. When I first topped it off, it did that same thing. I just want to validate, so it does show that it's at 14 volts. Oop, and just shut off, and it does show on my meter is 14.43. So the voltage on that is just a hair bit off, and as you can see, it has cut off on my charger. So it is considered full, and it does show that it's balancing my cells as well. So there we are. So it's fully charged. The voltage is just a hair off, 13.9, but it actually shows 14.43. All right, so we'll connect up our tester and we'll see what it takes. I'll connect back in just a minute. All right, so we're back. I got everything. The Bluetooth shows it's on standby. It's at 13.9. Nothing going in and out. And I've reset my battery capacitor. I'm going to plug in this and let it run. It should get, hopefully, a little more than the 100 amp hours that it shows on the side of the battery, but we'll see. We'll test it. So right now I'm pulling 10.1 amps. And it shows over here I'm also pulling about the same, 9 point. It's a little bit off on the app, it looks like, but compared to this, it's going to take 10.5 hours to discharge. So we'll let this run. I'll check back in and give a total time of how many watt hours and how many amp hours that capacity it has. We'll connect back in a couple hours. And it's been several hours. It's still pulling 10 amps, and we're right at almost 8.5 hours, and it's 84.8 amp hours. So it's still going. We still got a while left, and it's validated pretty much the same on my app. It's about 2 hours and 15 minutes left for it to be fully charged. And like I've noticed, everything on the app is just a little bit off as far as the amps is pulling and the voltage is pulling. But anyway, I'll check back in close to 2 hours and we'll see how it's going. And I just saw that it did drop under a 10% stated charge. It did turn red, which is pretty decent. It showed differently on the app. It shows I still have about 52 minutes left, and the total we've got is 98 amp hours so far, with a little over 9.5 hours of runtime. So it's still got a little bit left. I'll check back in about an hour. And it's getting down to its right at the very end. It shows 104.47 amp hours out of a 100 amp hour battery, so that's great. It's running for 10 hours and 20 minutes, and I've got 1,311 watt hours, which is great. And it shows I've got 2.1 amp hours left in 18 minutes. The voltage is starting to get down pretty low, and I don't think it's gonna go too much more. We'll see. On mine it shows that it's 11.38. This it shows is 10.9, and on the app it shows that it's 11. And then actually just shut off. So we've got a total of 105.6 amp hours. I ran for 10 hours and 27 minutes, pulling 10 amps with 1,322 watt hours. And it shows that the voltage and everything, the battery actually shut off. So that's my meter on it. So it fully shut down the battery, and it dropped. On here it shows that it's 10.7. I don't know if it will power itself back up or if it'll just shut off and require me to charge it back up. I'll give it a few minutes to see what happens, and I'll let you know from there. But yeah, this was perfect. A 100 amp hour battery pulled 5.5 amp hours more than it was supposed to. Great runtime, and a 10 amp pull for 10 hours and 27 minutes. So I'll see if it starts back up here in a few minutes and check back in. All right, yeah, so I waited about 4 or 5 minutes. It did not auto start. To get it to come back on, I did have to hook my charger up to it, pushing 10 amps, and also have another charger. So I'm getting close to, currently getting close to 20 amps. and the voltage is starting to come up, so it will not turn it back on once it got down. I figured maybe it would bounce back up and then turn itself on and just sit on a lower state of charge, but it did not. So I did have to obviously give it power for it to turn back on. The app disconnected, it wouldn't connect at all either. But yeah, so let me flip the camera around and we'll wrap this up. All right, so I'm back. I just wanted to wrap up this video. Just to sum up, so this is the 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate smart 5.0 Bluetooth version, and with low temp cutoff, and it's the group 24 size. But anyway, it's 100 amp hours. The capacity test I've got 105.6, so it exceeded what it was supposed to do. I got this on Amazon. This I wasn't paid to do this. They didn't send me this. I just bought it. There was actually this past weekend there was a fire sale or a limited time deal, and paid $209 for it. I previously had a battery that I built over here that's was from battery hookup that I did like a more of a DIY setup with cells and whatnot, and I do a lot of camping and overlanding, and that one was powering my fridge inside my 4Runner, and this past weekend it started having issues and I can't get them to rebalance. I think I have a bad cell. So when I saw this on sale, I jumped on it, and so again, this was just me opening it, reviewing it, checking it out, and it seems to be working pretty good. I did get an extra warranty with it through Amazon, but so the plan is this is going to go in my 4Runner. It'll go into a drawer system, and maybe I'll do a walk around on that. I haven't really videoed that build, but I did like an 80-20 extruded aluminum build in the back of my 4Runner with some drawer systems. But anyway, so this is going to go back there and run that, and if I like it, maybe I'll get another one and put it back there so I can have 200 amp hours and just, you know, stay off the grid a little bit more, and also have a We Roll square drop style off-road camper that I also have a battery in it that I built. So anyway, long story short, the battery works great. It did everything it was supposed to do. I did not test the low temperature cutoff. I'm going to get it charged back up and put it in the deep freeze. I don't want to cut it open. And so I wanted to get this review out, or this little, you know, about video out. And anyway, I'll comment back, or I'll update the video if I do have a problem with the low temp cutoff. But other YouTubers I've seen that have got the battery had no issues with it. Stuck it in there and it would not charge with low temp cutoff. So I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. But anyway, that's about it. And again, this is they didn't pay me. I'm not sponsored. It was just something I bought and something I got over the weekend. Anyway, if you have any comments or questions, please leave it below. Thanks.